The Charleston County coroner has also identified the victim from a separate shooting early this morning in North Charleston. Officials say 30-year-old Maya Jennifer Simmons died at an emergency room after a shooting in the 6800 block of Dorchester Road.
Maya Jennifer couldn't kill you with her hands. She didn't have a gun. It's not self-defense. It's not stand your ground.
We don't have that law.
We don't even have that law here in South Carolina. That's in Florida. We're not in Florida.
It was supposed to be just another Friday night. A mother steps out for a few hours, leaving her kids tucked in at home. But within minutes, the night takes a violent turn, and she never makes it back. July 28, 2023. A date that shattered a family in Ladson, Charleston County, South Carolina. Shots fired. We have a woman down. She's not breathing. Maya Jennifer Simmons, 30 years old. A devoted mother of 8, a woman who worked hard to give her kids a better life. But at 2:15 a.m. outside a North Charleston restaurant, a gunshot rang out. And just like that, her life was over. The shooter? Another woman. Keisha Simmons Birch, 39 years old. A mother as well, a business owner, and now an accused killer. But what is the connection between these two women? What brought them face to face that night? What really happened outside the Bloom Room restaurant that night? What led to the deadly confrontation between these two mothers? And is Keisha Simmons Birch a woman defending herself, or a killer trying to rewrite the truth? We're going to look at the evidence and unpack it all. The whispers, the secrets, the lies, the senseless violence, the heartbreaking details of what really happened that night at the Bloom Room restaurant. Because something doesn't add up. Something feels wrong. And if we don't ask the right questions, if we don't demand the truth, then who will? Stay with me. This story, it's just getting started, and make sure to watch till the end because you won't believe what we uncover. And I have puzzling twists and questions to ask. 8 kids left motherless. This is a heartbreaking story. So get ready and settle in for this thrilling true crime story. I'd love to know where you're tuning in from. Let me know in the comments. Don't hesitate to join the conversation too. Your thoughts and input are a vital part of this story. Welcome to our new viewers, and welcome back to our returning subscribers to this channel, Mind Twist True Crime Stories, where all our stories are based on true crimes. If you are new to this channel, kindly support us by subscribing to this channel. Hit the notification bell icon so you won't miss any of our latest stories. This true crime story will be taking us to Ladson, South Carolina, nestled within the larger Charleston County. It is a mix of suburban and rural landscapes. It's a place where families put down roots, but like many areas, it grapples with the issue of gun violence. While specific, localized statistics for Ladson itself are difficult to isolate, it's important to understand that it's part of a larger county and region where gun violence is a concern. The broader Charleston County area has experienced notable incidents. In 2023, Sumter County, located in South Carolina, had the highest rate of gun-related deaths in the state, with 26.0 per 100,000 people. In contrast, York County had the lowest rate at 13.3 per 100,000 people. While these figures don't directly reflect Ladson's statistics, they highlight the varying gun-related death rates within the state. It's crucial to remember that these statistics represent real lives impacted by violence. These statistics provide a broader picture of the challenges related to gun violence in the area surrounding Ladson. Maya Jennifer Simmons, she wasn't just a name on a police report. She wasn't just a statistic. She was a force of nature, a mother, a granddaughter, a sister, a friend. Imagine a woman whose world revolves around her children. Maya Jennifer Simmons, named after her grandmother as they shared an unbreakable bond, affectionately known as MJ, she was that woman. A 30-year-old who had 8 kids, 8 little humans who called her mommy, each child the center of her universe. Ladson, South Carolina, that's where she built her life. A small town, a place where everyone knows everyone, She was a serial entrepreneur that owned several businesses. She was the owner of Treats by Maya, a thriving cake and confectionery business that brought sweet taste to every celebration. In addition, she had an eyelash extension business, to mention a few. Life hadn't been easy for MJ. She faced challenges that would break many. One of the hardest things she went through was losing one of her twin babies, a pain no parent should ever have to endure. Yet she remained resilient, always putting her kids first. Friends recall her infectious smile and the warmth she brought into every room. Maya's life was finally falling into place. After having 8 kids, she found love again. She met a man who treated her like a queen, and their love flourished into a beautiful, peaceful relationship. Few months before the incident, she had just turned 30, celebrating her birthday with family and friends in a night filled with joy, laughter, and unforgettable moments. Life was good, better than it had been in a long time. Then, just when things seemed perfect as the party was going on, her boyfriend took a step that changed everything. He proposed. Overwhelmed with happiness, Maya said yes, ready to start a new chapter as his fiancée. Her loved ones were overjoyed. Maya was the kind of person who put everyone else first, and now it was finally her turn to experience pure happiness. But beneath the surface of this perfect picture, trouble was brewing, and it will result in a fatal tragedy. The man Maya planned to marry wasn't as single and searching as she thought. His past hadn't let go of him, not completely. There was Simmons Birch, a 39-year-old businesswoman with 3 kids, was still in the picture. Makes me wonder what kind of man that could be, to have such a knack for women who had kids already. Their relationship wasn't just history. It was still unfolding in secret. While Maya proudly wore her engagement ring, believing she was his future, the one and only, the other woman, Kaisha, saw her as an obstacle, a threat to something she wasn't ready to let go of. Tension started growing between these two women. Arguments spilled onto social media, turning into heated text exchanges. Resentment festered. Then came the night that changed everything. In late July 2023, Maya stepped out with her friends, soaking in the moment. She posted on Snapchat telling people to make memories while they could. She had no idea how haunting those words would become. That night, Maya and Kaisha's worlds would collide. A confrontation would erupt, and within moments, everything will take a deadly turn, leaving Maya lifeless at the Bloom Room restaurant. She was everything. And then, she was gone. Just like that. Taken. How does something like that even happen? What could possibly justify taking a mother away from her 8 children? We're going to get into that. But first, I want you to really know Maya, because her story, it's not just about what happened that night. It's about who she was. It's about the life that was stolen. Stay with us as we unravel the events that led to this heartbreaking loss. Friday night, July 28th, 2023. Maya Jennifer Simmons, a mother of 8, heads out for the evening. She's going to the Bloom Room, just a regular spot on Dorchester Road, a place to relax, maybe catch up with friends. Little did she know, it was the last night of her life. Maya arrives at the Bloom Room. There she came in contact with Kaisha. She was probably waiting for her there. Maybe she saw her post on Snapchat and she knew exactly where Maya would be. Witness statements are fragmented, incomplete, but we know something happened. A confrontation, a disagreement, words exchanged. We don't have all the answers. Not yet. But what we do know is that things went horribly wrong. Fast. The air crackled with tension. A moment of anger, a misunderstanding. We may never know the exact trigger, but then the sound of gunfire. 1 shot, then another. 2 shots according to some reports. The Bloom Room transformed into a scene of terror. People scrambling, screaming, desperate to escape. And in the midst of the chaos, Maya, on the ground, injured. At approximately 2:15 a.m., with Kaisha fleeing the scene, someone calls 911. The recording, it's heartbreaking. You can hear the fear, the desperation in their voice. Help, someone's been shot. She's not moving. People are trying to help, trying to stop the bleeding, trying to keep Maya alive. CPR, a desperate attempt to cling to hope. But it wasn't enough. The paramedics arrive, rushing Maya to the nearest hospital. Doctors and nurses, the best of the best, fighting to save her life, working tirelessly, giving it everything they've got. But it's no use. At 2:57 a.m., Maya Jennifer Simmons is pronounced dead. Gone. Just like that. a mother of 8, taken from her children in the blink of an eye. The coroner's report confirms the devastating truth. Gunshot wound, the official cause of death. A stark, clinical description of a senseless tragedy. But it's more than just a report. It's Maya's life, reduced to a single, devastating phrase. But the question remains, why? What led to this horrific tragedy? Who pulled the trigger? And was it truly self-defense, as some claim? We're going to explore the different versions of what happened that night, and we're going to try to separate the truth from the lies. The story doesn't end here. It's just the beginning. Because someone pulled the trigger, someone took Maya's life, and the search for justice is only just beginning. But be prepared. The story is about to get even more complicated.
The Charleston County coroner has also identified the victim from a separate shooting early this morning in North Charleston. Officials say 30-year-old Maya Jennifer Simmons died at an emergency room after a shooting in the 6800 block of Dorchester Road. North Charleston police responded just after 2 in the morning to the parking lot of Bloom Room.
Maya is gone, a mother of 8, ripped away from her children. But someone knows what happened. Someone pulled that trigger. The North Charleston Police Department launched their investigation. Their job? Find the truth. Piece together the fragmented witness statements, analyze the evidence, and bring Maya's killer to justice. The initial hours must have been a whirlwind. Confusion, disorientation, everyone trying to make sense of the senseless. What did the police find at the scene? Shell casings, a weapon, a struggle? The details are crucial. They can tell a story. But sometimes, stories can be misleading. Witnesses, they're human. They see things, they remember things, but their memories can be flawed. They can be influenced. They can be wrong. So the police had to sift through the chaos, separating fact from fiction. And then, a name emerges. Keisha Simmons Birch. She becomes a person of interest. The question is, what was her main motive? Did she really pull that trigger because of a man? Keisha Simmons Birch, 39 years old, a business owner, a mother of 3. Just like Maya, a mother. Think about that for a second. 2 mothers supposed to be at home at that time of the night, tending to their kids, but one ended up dead. The other, accused. Where is the said man as all this chaos is erupting? Who is Keisha Simmons Birch? What do we know about her? Not much initially. She's described as a business owner, a member of the community. But that's just a surface description. What was she really like? What was her life like before that night at the Bloom Room? What is the connection between her, Maya, and Maya's fiance? These are the questions that haunt investigators. And then, she turns herself in. August 11th.
North Charleston police say that a woman has turned herself in for a July shooting that left 1 person dead. 39-year-old Keisha Simmons Birch has been charged with manslaughter and possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. This is in connection to the shooting at the Bloom Room on July 28th that killed 30-year-old Maya Jennifer Simmons. North Charleston police found Simmons shot. She later died at the hospital. Birch turned herself in today and has been booked into the Al Cannon Detention Center.
Why? Was it guilt? Was it a strategy? Or was it something else entirely? Birch's version of events is simple. Self-defense. She claims she was in fear for her life, that she had no choice. But is that the truth? Or is it a convenient narrative? The police charged her with manslaughter and possession of a deadly weapon. Manslaughter, it's a complex charge. It means the unlawful killing of another person without malice. But there are different types of manslaughter. Voluntary, involuntary, and sometimes there are gray areas. And then there's self-defense, the right to protect yourself. But self-defense has its limits. It's not a free pass to kill someone just because you feel threatened. The law requires that the threat be imminent, that you have a reasonable belief that you're in danger of serious bodily harm. Was Birch truly in fear for her life? Or was there another motive? Something that she's not telling us? The prosecution will argue that her actions were unjustified, that she used excessive force, that she wasn't truly in danger. The defense, of course, will paint a different picture. They'll argue that she was terrified, that she acted in self-preservation. But who are we supposed to believe? What really happened that night? The truth, it's slippery, it's elusive, and it's buried beneath layers of conflicting stories. What do you think? Does her self-defense claim hold up? Let us know in the comments.
Asia Birch, the woman charged with killing a mother of 8 last month, is pleading self-defense. That's according to her attorney at today's bond court hearing. News 4's Conley Grayson was there and joins us now. And Conley, what does her attorney say happened?
Tessa, Birch's attorney says she and Simmons got in a fight outside of the Bloom Room. Now, he said Birch was about to leave in her car when Simmons charged at her. That's when Birch shot and killed Simmons. Birch is charged with manslaughter and possession of a deadly weapon during the commission of a violent crime, and today a judge gave her a surety bond. After the hearing, I talked with Jennifer Ferguson, Simmons' grandmother, who says Birch's story can't be true.
Maya Jennifer couldn't kill you with her hands. She didn't have a gun. It's not self-defense. It's not stand your ground.
We don't have that law.
We don't even have that law here in South Carolina. That's in Florida. We're not in Florida. You made a bad decision, and it's going to cost you some bad consequences. My granddaughter was not an aggressive person. Whatever happened that night, my granddaughter was baited or aggravated to that point. You can't get a person on anywhere that will tell you Maya Jennifer Simmons was an aggressor person.
Birch was placed under house arrest. According to Birch's attorney, she has a concealed carry permit, and she knew Simmons' fiance, who was also at the club that night, had a gun. Birch used to date Simmons' fiance. Now, the judge says Birch is not allowed to use social media or contact anyone in Simmons' family.
The courtroom? A place of justice? Or is it? For Maya's family, it became a battleground, the bond hearing, a chance for them to face the woman accused of killing their daughter, their sister, their mother. Kaisha Simmons Birch, charged with manslaughter and possession of a deadly weapon. Her defense? Self-defense. She claimed Maya was the aggressor. But for Maya's family, it wasn't enough. It would never be enough. They pleaded with the judge. No bond, they begged. She's a danger to the community. She took our Maya. She shows no remorse. Their voices, raw with grief. Their pain, visible. But Birch's family was there too, supporting her, claiming her innocence. She's not a threat, they argued. She's a mother. Her kids need her. She has ties to the community. She's not eating. She's not sleeping in jail. Let her come home to her children. Two families, torn apart by tragedy. One side, demanding justice. The other, fighting for their own. The tension in that courtroom, you could cut it with a knife. The judge listened, weighed the arguments, and then the decision. A $200,000 surety bond, house arrest, no social media, and no contact with Maya's family. Was it justice, or was it a slap in the face? For Maya's family, it felt like a betrayal. How could this woman, accused of killing their loved one, be allowed to walk free? Even with restrictions, it felt like a betrayal. A wound reopened, a reminder of their loss. But for Birch's family, it was a victory. A chance for her to be with her children again. But at what cost? The courtroom divided. A community divided. The battle far from over. What do you think? Was the judge's decision fair? Let us know in the comments. Maya's children, 8 innocent lives, are now left without their mother. How does one begin to comprehend the depth of that loss? As the days pass, Maya's grandmother and great-grandmother to the children is left to pick up the pieces. But how can you ease the pain of losing a daughter? She finds herself turning to her faith, seeking solace in the hope that justice will prevail. But the road ahead is long and uncertain. The pain, it's immeasurable. The loss is a gaping wound that may never truly heal. They remember Maya, not as a victim, but as a light, a beacon of love, faith, and joy. A mother who poured her heart and soul into her 8 children. Jennifer Ferguson, Maya's grandmother. Her voice cracks with emotion as she speaks of her granddaughter. The memories, the laughter, the love, all of it, now just a memory. They remember her faith, how it sustained her, how it gave her strength. They remember her creativity, her spirit, her unwavering devotion to her children. They remember her. Period. And they dispute the claim of self-defense. They know Maya. They know her heart. They say she wasn't an aggressor, that she would never hurt anyone. They're determined to see justice served. They won't let Maya's story be forgotten.
A mother of 8 was shot and killed last week in North Charleston. Our Conley Grayson joins us now. And Conley, you talked with Maya Simmons' grandmother today, and she really misses her, doesn't she?
Jennifer told me losing her first granddaughter has been hard. Maya Jennifer was named after her, and they were very close.
She put a post up the night before she went out on Snap, and it said, "Time is short." You know, I think we all should take a lot more pictures and stuff and memories and stuff, because you just don't never know. And just look, hours later, she was killed.
When Jennifer thinks of her granddaughter, 3 things come to mind: the color green, elegant style, and a creative drive.
When she walked in the room, it lit up. Because you know what? There's MJ.
When Maya turned 30 in June,
Our family is like this.
the whole family came to celebrate. Maya had 8 kids and was always focused on giving her kids the best life, despite the heartache of losing one of her twins.
She taught her children how precious God is, how that when you die, you go to heaven and God will take care of you. So her children, even though they're sad, they're like, Mommy's in heaven. She's in heaven with Dream.
Jennifer has spent much of her time lately at church.
From the moment I walked into the sanctuary, I could feel her spirit.
And she's praying justice will be served.
Maya loved the Lord inside and out. Her faith was so strong that whatever is going to happen now, it's going to be all right.
We extend our deepest condolences to the family of Maya Jennifer Simmons. Our hearts go out to her children, loved ones, and all those who are mourning her loss. May her memory live on, bringing strength and comfort during this difficult time. The facts are clear. A mother of 8 is gunned down outside a restaurant in a parking lot. The suspect, Keisha Simmons Birch, claims it was self-defense. But the question lingers. Was it really? We've heard the conflicting accounts. Witnesses say Maya wasn't the aggressor. Surveillance footage doesn't tell the full story. Was Keisha truly in danger, or did she make a split-second decision that ended in tragedy? So, where do we stand? The legal process is slow. It's complicated. There will be motions, hearings, maybe a trial. What happens next for Keisha Simmons Birch? Will she stand trial for murder? Will she walk free? Or will there be a plea deal? A compromise? A way to avoid the glare of the courtroom? The reason for this whole heartbreaking story is something that is common amongst women in our communities. Why fight over a man to the point where you had to commit murder? Is it really worth it? One is dead, the other in jail. Then where is the man in all of these? At the end of the day, who are the losers in this story? The kids become the victims, because now they will grow up without the care and love of their beloved mom. The weight of responsibility now rests on their aged great-grandmother. What do you think? Do you believe it was self-defense? Or do you think there's more to this case than meets the eye? Let us know your theories in the comments. So, what do you think? After everything you've seen, everything you've heard, was this a case of self-defense? A split-second decision made in fear? A cold-blooded killing? Or was it something else entirely? Was this whole heartbreaking story supposed to happen in the first place? If you were in the shoes of these ladies, would you walk away from the confrontation, or you would fight for what is yours? Kindly share your opinion with us. The stories, they conflict. There are still so many unanswered questions. But ultimately, the final verdict, it's up to you. What do you believe? Where do you stand in this true crime story? Was justice served, or is there more to this story than we've been told? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear your thoughts. Your opinions matter, because this isn't just our story, it's your story too. It's a story about loss. It's a story about justice. It's a story about jealousy and the complexities of the human heart. And it's a story that's far from over. This case, it's still unfolding. New details may emerge, new evidence may come to light, and we'll be here to cover it all. Every twist, every turn, every revelation. So, if you want to stay updated on this case, Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Turn on the bell notification icon. We'll be keeping a close eye on every new development. And you won't want to miss what's coming next, because something tells me this story, it's about to take another unexpected turn. Thanks for watching, and see you in our next video.